Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with a quick little discussion video. Singuru Grant started another poll on Twitter for feedback, asking which life stage would we rather see them improve first. The choices are teens, elders, babies, and children. He left toddlers out because they already did toddlers last year, plus there was also the stuff pack, so yeah, I kind of agree with that. It makes sense that toddlers isn't on there, but yeah, I thought I'd just do a quick little discussion video here, since this wasn't really worth an info/thoughts video on its own. And I just want to see what you all think, especially for those of you who don't use Twitter, so I thought I'd extend the discussion here. So I might as well start off the discussion with my own choice, and yeah, you may be surprised to see that Elder Whippersnapper is what I chose. And, well, my reasoning for that is there's plenty of complaints that children are left out a lot whenever we get new content, and that's completely fair. I mean, even I've said that. But I think elders are even more overlooked than the children, because I can't actually recall them adding anything at all to elders since the game came out. Whereas, at least with the other age groups, they have added something. Even with the babies, they got that one interaction from Parenthood where it's like the parents, they can have that interaction where it's like they are able to figure out what their needs are. So yeah, it just feels like, even though I'd like to see additions for all the other age groups still, elders really need the most help. I can count on one hand the amount of elders that I've made during The Sims 4's life cycle so far, because I don't feel any incentive to make them. It's just like, okay, they look older than adults, and they're a little bit hunched over, and that's the extent of it, really. Well, apart from the fact that their next life stage is actually death. But it's like, okay, there isn't really enough to make the elders feel unique. They're just hunched over adults. And I can imagine a lot of you feel very similarly to me about this, because honestly, I don't really see much discussion around elders in general. I think they're one of the least popular stages in the whole series. But that doesn't mean that it has to be like that forever. Maybe The Sims 4 can finally be the chance where they really make elders stand out. A good starting point would be to look back at what they did add for elders in The Sims 3 Generations. Because the first thing I always think of when I think about what could they add to elders is the walking cane and the different walk styles associated with them. It'd be a nice realistic touch. I mean, I'm not saying all elders use canes. I mean, my grandma in real life walks around just fine without a cane. But still, I think the canes would be a really fun addition, especially if you did want to play as an elder who's just like, oh, those kids, get off my lawn, and all that sort of thing. Because there's like that harass with cane interaction in The Sims 3. Maybe they could even add an option to actually hit someone with a cane. Maybe that's too violent, but then again, in previous Sims games with Mrs. Crumplebottom, she could hit Sims with the purse, so it's not like that's completely uncharted territory. And if I remember correctly, Generations also added a couple of interactions, like one where the elder could show off pictures of their grandchildren to other Sims, and I think there was like another one where they could like pinch the cheeks of their grandchildren. I'd love to see that sort of stuff in the game. But maybe one major thing they could do for elders that they haven't done in the past is to put in retirement homes. I'm not quite sure about the logistics of how it would work, but yeah, it could be interesting if you had the option to send off your elder to a retirement home, but it wouldn't be a rabbit hole. You would actually be able to follow the lives of Sims living there, and there'd be like a little community, and there'd be like occasional activities like bingo and other things that would be held by some of the staff that work there. I don't know, it could be really fun. They could add some other activities too, like sewing and scrapbooking, although it's not like the younger Sims should be left out of those completely, but I think activities like sewing, yeah, I would do those as elders more often than adults or teenagers. Oh, and of course, how could I forget rocking chairs and knitting? Those are also things that should totally be in the game. So let me know in the comment section below, what age group do you think needs more content the most? And actually, one last thing, I forgot to address that babies are on the poll, because I would like to see more content for them, but I feel like that's really unlikely, because with how they are in The Sims 4, they're objects. It's like, we got limbs back compared to The Sims 3 babies, but now they're just attached to the crib all the time, and it's like, oh great. So unless they do a massive overhaul that turns the babies into an actual real life state, then I can't really imagine them doing much for babies, so I'm just considering that a non-option personally. Still though, I think I would have chosen elders anyways, even if they did indicate beforehand that, oh yeah, there's a good chance that babies will get some sort of massive update in the future, for all the reasons that I said already. But yeah, I will leave this off here, so be sure to leave a like or a comment or even subscribe, because it lets me know that you like my channel and my videos, and it helps to keep up to date more easily with the latest content from me. I do videos on The Sims, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more, so I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!